Thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Tulsa show. I'm your host, Queen Tulsa. If you have not checked, go ahead and check the description and see why we are here. Check the thumbnail, check it all. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Goddess Tulsa After Dark. This is where you let your hair down, get you a beverage, prop your feet up or down. Now it's time to hit the like. Are you subscribed? Don't forget to hit that cash app because it's After Dark with the Goddess.
All right. So thank you all for coming back. Now we have Sister Girl up on the docket, child. Yes. We have Tashak, we have Wiley, we have Tiffany Haddish, and we have ARIESSPEARS. Child, so ARIESSPEARS and Tiffany Haddish have found their way into the headlines. I do want to say, if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for returning. Child, we have a lot to discuss this evening. So without further ado, let's go ahead and read the article. Tiffany Haddish and ARIESSPEARS have been sued. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and get this out the way. Everything is alleged. This is fair use. So all things are allegedly. Okay? Alleged and allegedly. Tiffany Haddish and ARIESSPEARS have been sued over child sexual abuse allegations. The lawsuit accuses Haddish and Spears of recruiting two siblings to perform indecent acts for comedy sketches that were filmed in 2013 and 2014. Comedian Tiffany Haddish and ARIESSPEARS have been accused of child sexual abuse in a new lawsuit filed this week. In the lawsuit obtained by the tabloids and first reported by the tabloids, on Thursday, two anonymous plaintiffs accused the comedians of recruiting them to perform indecent acts of sexual nature for comedy sketches that were filmed in 2013 and 2014. The plaintiffs named in the lawsuit as John and Jane Doe were 7 and 14 years old, respectively, at the time of the alleged incidents. The suit cites 8 complaints against Haddish and Spears, namely intentional infliction of emotional distress, gross negligence, negligent supervision, breach of fiduciary duty, constructive fraud, sexual battery, sexual harassment, and sexual abuse of a minor. In response to the lawsuit, Haddish's attorney, Andrew Bretler, denied the allegations in a statement to the tabloids. Plaintiff's mother has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Ms. Haddish for several years. Every attorney who has initially taken on her case, and there were several, ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear that the claims were meritless and Ms. Haddish would not be shaken down. Now, the mother has her adult daughter representing herself in this lawsuit. The two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing this frivolous action. Tabloids news is not publishing the name of the mother to protect the privacy of the plaintiffs. The two alleged victims are the children of one of Haddish's former friends, according to the lawsuit. The complaint alleges that Haddish brought Jane Doe to a Hollywood studio to film a sexually suggestive video in which the comedians asked her to watch a video featuring a group of women eating a sandwich and moaning and making sexual noises as they both ate the sandwich in a manner that simulated the act of fellatio. The plaintiff alleges that Spears then told Jane Doe that he wanted her to mimic what she had seen on the screen, including the noises precisely like what she had heard throughout the video. Haddish then allegedly showed Jane Doe how to give fellatio, including movements, noises, moaning, and groaning. Haddish forced a 14-year-old victim to perform simulated fellatio to record commercial sex acts and the production of child pornography, the lawsuit states. When the scene was over, the plaintiff alleges that Haddish paid her $100 and sent her home. The plaintiff never spoke about the experience. A year later, in 2014, Haddish reached out to the mother about filming another video, this time with her 7-year-old son, John Doe. The video was a comedy skit titled Through a Pedophile's Eyes. The lawsuit alleges John was stripped down to his underwear and that the video shows Spears lusting over the 7-year-old child and molesting him throughout the video. The plaintiffs also alleged that Haddish was present during the filming of the video. Once film ended, the lawsuit states John called his mother crying, saying he did not want to film anymore. The mother said that she was never aware of what had been filmed until 4 years later in 2018 when she received an alert from a celebrity tabloid site, which referenced the video Mind of a Pedophile that featured John Doe. Initially, the lawsuit alleges Haddish denied knowledge of the video, but then said the footage was just dark comedy. Jane Doe, now 22, claims that the trauma from the incident has prevented her from dating because she is scared that she will be taken advantage of and led down a path of false trust, the lawsuit states. As for John, the lawsuit claims that he has developed a social disorder, depression, and an anxiety, and that he lives in fear of being watched and recorded. The lawsuit also alleges that in July 2018, the mother of the plaintiffs attempted to engage in a settlement with Spears concerning the video of John. The settlement, according to the lawsuit, stated that it's in exchange for $15,000, John's mother was to indemnify or settle out with Spears for what he did to Mr. Doe. The plaintiffs are alleging that the settlement agreements has no binding legal effects, as Haddish was not identified as a party. The complaint alleges that Haddish insinuated she wanted no part of the Spears settlement agreement via text. The complaint also alleges that the siblings had no guardian present to represent their interests as minors at the time. The plaintiffs are pursuing damages and have submitted a demand for a jury trial. Oh, child. Now, this is serious. This is serious. I will not victim shame. I will not say anything. I will actually just, give my condolences and apologies that this happened. Right now, I will not sit and take sides. I would just offer, like I said, my condolences to those that are involved and just really hope that they are getting the care they need and, they get the justice that they deserve. Because at the end of the day, I feel like, these are children and they were vulnerable. You know what I mean? And so we definitely have to take into consideration that we cannot overlook or dismiss anyone when they say, oh, I've been, assaulted. We have to take it at face value. We have to get them to the proper people so they can properly identify it and report it. And so with ARIESSPEARS, he's doing too much. He was going after um Lizzo. Mhm. He was going after Lizzo. So you guys just let me know what your thoughts and what your opinions are as far as this situation. This is just with these allegations. I mean, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions? And you know, like how would you handle this situation? With the mother, they're seeing that, this is a money grab for her, but I just feel like I would love to I would love to follow this story, and like I said, I just pray and hope that justice is served either way. Either way. Okay. So now we're going to move on over to our topic. We have Tasha K in the building. She and Wiley are at odds, and she actually had yeah, she and Wiley are at odds right now. Mhm. Oh yes. And it's so sad because her and Wiley, I feel like they were great, they were best friends. But allegedly Tasha's moving to Africa, going back to Africa, child. You know what? I haven't done this commercial in a while. Let's take a quick commercial and we'll be right back. All right, so Wiley and Tasha is into it, child. Why are they into it? Oh, child. I was trying to tell everybody a long time ago, protect Vaughn, protect that man. And now y'all are really seeing what I was talking about. Y'all thought, oh, she's just trolling, she's just doing this, she's just doing that. No. Well, I got to shout out to Wiley because he did protect them. He didn't write that letter. He didn't write that letter. He wasn't going to be malicious and, get a black man put behind bars because of someone else's frustration. Allegedly. Okay. But then, see, this is the thing. This is the thing right here. What bothers me is why is it so easy for people to want to take somebody down and get them behind bars? Let's take a second. Give me 1 second. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I do apologize. I was helping my friend pack up. You know what I'm saying? Because she's going to Africa, child. She is going to Africa, mother. Honey, okay, get into it. Baby, get into it. We got it all packed up. We headed on over there to the you know what I'm saying, to the storage or whatever. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But let's get back into it. Let's really get into it because Tasha, I really have some questions for you, girl. My question is, like, you and Wiley, y'all were cool. Like, you blocked him. You blocked him up off your app, honey. And we got questions. You know, we want to know, why did you block him? You know, now there are allegations or word on the curb is you all, you know, there was, you know, you and her, you know, y'all got upset because Wiley wouldn't write that letter against a past. I can say he's a client. He was a client, you know. The last he was a cover story, you know, and okay, so you know, the cover story and an employee had a relationship that went viral. hmm You remember that? Okay, but who broke the news and made it viral to let everybody know that your employee and a guy that was in jail were in a relationship? Who broke that news? Oh, it was Wiley. Okay. Oh yeah, because you know what? Yeah, yeah. Wiley broke that story. Not really sure, you know, why they were upset. Well, let's just say this. Okay, so Tasha, come on, Gold Heels. Come on, let's give you some shoe cam. Hold on, let me drop down so you can get your shoe cam. Yes. Mm-hmm. Eating it, honey. You know, she's looking good. I gotta give it to Tasha. She knows how to bust a move, child. She definitely knows how to pack up and go real quick. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tasha for packing up and going. She got the hell out of Dodge. I don't know what happened down there in Atlanta, but yeah. Here, guys. Let me put you guys on a commercial break because you know what I'm saying. It ain't the black man's game. It ain't the white man's game. It's the what? It's the money game.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Money game.
This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Now, I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my cabin.
I crumble. My children crumble. My grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my money.
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
Better learn. You best learn or you're gonna get the bloody back for sure.
All right, child. Yeah. So this is my thing. Wiley brought a lot of people over to the app, and he's a little frustrated. He's like, well, why would you block me on an app? And I brought supporters over. And I think that was a valuable question. I thought that was reasonable. He just, I don't know, Tasha. Now, Tasha, allegedly, you blocked him from the app before his Vegas trip, before his big one. It was like, y'all knew his big one was coming up. Y'all knew Wiley's big one was coming up. Whose idea was it to stop the show? I would love to know. Okay. Now, Wiley feels the employee had a hand in the interruption of the Tasha and Wiley's communication, their relationship. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Well, you know what? I got to give it up to Wiley because, allegedly, Tasha is known to not tell the truth. Okay. And so, who let the dogs out? Bambi? Bambi. Okay. At this point, yeah. At this point, it's a dog fight. It's a cat fight. It's everything. Everyone is going up. The dogs are going up. The numbers are going up. The frustrations are going up. This was a good thing. We liked Tasha and we liked Wiley. All right, you ready going? We like them both. Miles, where's your brother? Shame on them. Come on, it's time to go in. Miles, come on. Time to go in. Thank you. All right, so now that we are back, because I unfortunately I don't take appointments. When my kids say, "Hey, mommy, I have to go out," listen, I've gotta face it head on. Gotta face it head on. There's no appointments in Mommiesville. Okay, let's just get that straight. All right, now, Tasha, I gotta be honest with you. Wiley says that he's not into telling lies. He's not into telling lies. He's not into being involved with the police and not being honest. You know what I mean? Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. He's not into falsifying, a story because of a friendship. And a person like that, you have to admire. He's not going to do it for he'll do it for the dollar, but he's not about to do it for the jail cell. You know what I mean? Oh, he'll get into the mess. He'll go back and forth online, but criminal activity, no, sir. Wiley told us no. He said, "No, I will not. I will not. I will not forge a document. I will not write a letter." And you gotta respect the man for that. You do. You just have to. Oh yeah. This is what we're doing. Is this what we're doing? As content creators, is this the legacy that we really want to is this the legacy that we really want to leave behind? I want to know. We were rooting for you. Tasha, now this whole, you know, and I'm not trying to get into nobody's finances because right now I've got to go fund me myself. But I do want to say this. How many is like just the rhetoric? I don't know if this is content or what it is that's going on, but you said that, you don't do the gay guy, you ain't doing the gay men, the content creators, and then you went in on TS Madison. Like, sis, I know I'm I'm having some struggles in my life right now, and I just want to tell you, whatever it is that you're going through, I really hope that, you come back and you visit with us, as I plan to, as I go through my, situation. I just haven't been right since that attack. And so I wonder if, that attack with the 4 million, you haven't been right since that attack. So we've both been attacked. You know what I mean? And so I want to say that I can relate to flying off the hinges, after being, hit with something, you know. I was hit with fists and you were hit um with money, with money. Yeah. And so now let me say this. Now, Storm interviewed Wiley on his channel. And Storm came out and said that, Tasha, you said that, he said that you said that Wiley didn't have the look for mainstream. Said that he didn't have a mainstream look. My thing is, oh, excuse me, everyone. But my thing is, we're all content creators. We all bring something to the table. We all bring different looks. And it's like we already, like us as Black people, we already have enough strikes against us. And I thought that it was, they were, giving us an example of like, okay, one relationship can, dissolve, another one can be created. And it's really like you've been flip flopping back and forth with the community. So it's just like, Tasha, I really want to just say, continue to do what you're doing, because I guess it all makes sense and it'll all make sense in the end. Um, but I want to know, like, what I want to know personally, like, why did y'all block him? Why did y'all block Wiley from the app? It's like y'all, like, I guess, it appears that, y'all hijacked some of his followers. Girl, hold on. I really wish that y'all would get along. Like I said, I thought that y'all were great. Wiley's funny. You bring, you have your audience that you do it for. I feel like it's room for us, for everybody out here to eat. I just really wish that people would consider doing like a deep dive into asking themselves, why do I feel this way? Why do I have so much hate up in me? You know what I'm saying? Or why do I have all this aggression? It's a lot of egos out here. Trust me, I know. It's a lot of egos. A lot of egos. I want to say this. I got to clap it up for Wiley because I asked a lot of people to cover my story. Asked a lot of people to cover my story. And, I even prayed. I said, God, just please let a content creator pick up my story, bring awareness to it. I just want my story to be out there. Listen here, I asked Tasha if she could do it. She said, email her. I feel like I didn't need to email nobody. At this point, it wasn't a red carpet event. I didn't need to email you. I didn't need to do all that. This is my story. This is my story. Tired of emailing. But one thing I can say is this brother right here, I was live one evening and I was doing an informative for my family over here. I was doing an informative, and Wiley showed up, and he asked me. He said, "Drop the link," and so I dropped the link. Right?
Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Goddess Tulsa After Dark. This is where you let your hair down. Get you a beverage. Prop your feet up or down. Now it's time to hit the like. Are you subscribed? Don't forget to hit that cash app because it's After Dark with the Goddess.
Okay. And guess what? This brother right here showed up on my panel and he embraced me and he said that he wanted to share my story because I can understand now rather than in the moment. But you have these grown ass people that sit and play in the backgrounds because they have nothing else better to do. And they like to start up these narratives. They like to get rumors going. It's like they are reliving their high school moment and, as adults. And it's just so childish. But they start these narratives. Oh, she's lying, she's this, she's that. And so that narrative was out. But he got the message that this was not a game, this was not a joke, and that this was very serious. So Wiley came over to my show. We engaged some on my show. And then we went over to his channel and he interviewed me. And after he interviewed me, don't you know, I had like people, don't you know, I had people in my inbox hitting me up. These are people that I had reached out to before. Oh, come on my channel, tell your story. No, I'm not coming on your channel to tell my story. My story's out there. Wiley, y'all was making fun and y'all was spamming the chat telling Wiley that I was lying, that I was lying. Wiley finally got that prayer from the Lord above and he covered my story. And now y'all want to cover my story. Why? Why now? Why now? No. And guess what? I didn't do another interview after that because Wiley had covered my story. Whether and like I said, actually I did do another interview with TTB. TTB Network interviewed me, and like I said with TTB Network, we had an agreement behind the scenes. I don't mind you interviewing me. I will not be. I have some stipulations. I would not be disrespected. I will not be violated, and I will not be insulted. You get what I'm saying? This is not going to be. I won't be the punching bag. You know what I'm saying? And so he interviewed me, and I felt like the interview was the interview. My goal and my mission was to get there, inform, bring awareness, and let everybody know that a hate crime and attack was committed against me. Okay? So anything that happened after that, that was not in either his control nor mine. What I have to be thankful for is this man giving me the platform, giving me the time, giving me the space to share my story. Okay? And I was speaking about TTB. Now let's get back to Wiley. Wiley had me on the show, and Wiley did ask some questions that I felt like, that were irrelevant and just way off topic, and it was a bit degrading. And so I focused on what mattered, and what mattered was getting my story out there and telling my story, you know and whether he asked those inappropriate questions or not, I answered them the best that I could. I did. I did. And let's say this, I've had older people, older people in the village just really acting childish and really trying to turn it and earn it on my time. Went around telling people, oh, don't do this, don't send her a GoFundMe. But you know what? It's okay. Trust me, it is okay. It is okay. Because God is really doing some things in my life. Even though I'm hurting, even though I'm in this pain, God said, turn that pain into purpose, my daughter. And that's what I'm doing. I feel like Wiley is mainstream. Let's admit, Wiley definitely knows how to rile up a crowd. He definitely knows how to terrorize his crowd when he gets them there. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And that's his niche. That's him. That's what makes him special. We're all special and we're all created uniquely. So Difference is what you know, that's what I appreciate. I appreciate difference, you know? Now, what I would like to understand and what I would like to be explained is this letter. What was the letter supposed to entail? What was the obligation? Like, what was the details that y'all were asking for? Because apparently, it was Tasha and an employee. You know, that's what it was. Listen here, it is raining outside, and it is giving. It's gonna rain on your head, child. Come on, but listen. Let me drop down right. Can we all just get along? Can we all just share the space in peace? I just want to know. Because listen here, my sister. You as a black woman and woman to woman, this is my message to you. I get that you are very vocal. You like to stand up for yourself and you want to be seen and heard. I trust me, I get it. But I feel like you need to go on a retreat and reevaluate yourself because I feel like you have it. You have the it factor. It's just you're using it in the wrong way. I'm so tired of our content creators tearing each other down. It's such a disservice. You know, when we talk about injustices, you are cancer in the community. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Build a black man up and tear him down in front of everybody? Really? Really? And the other people, oh yeah, I will fire. I'm going to definitely give them a read as well. But you, as my sister, you, as my powerful sister, you have given life. You survived that. You've come a long way. But you need to do a self evaluation just as well as I do. You know, all us women, we all need to do a self evaluation. Tasha, get it together. This is my thing. Before we move on to Wiley, I want to say, Tasha, you and Storm and Armand and girl, and you and Madison, are we really trying to bring each other together? Are we really trying to start a divide? And then it's allegedly, that you interested in doing some other stuff, but girl, good luck with that. Wiley didn't want the stipulations of not being able to talk about certain things, and he didn't want to be controlled. So that's why he declined the offer of the mentorship. Can you blame him, Tasha? Look at him. He's like, bitch ain't gonna get me. Bitch ain't gonna get me. That's what that photo was giving, Tasha. So this is my conversation to all of y'all. With the Tiffany Haddish situation, to the survivors of the allegations, definitely don't want to victim shame them. Definitely want to give the due diligence of them getting their day in court and really settling this thing out and really getting coming to an understanding. All right. So this was strictly an informative in bringing you the local, the ruined topics, the uncomfortable conversations. I'm your host, Mother Queen Tulsa, and this concludes our broadcast.